everybody, James Rush here. As soon as I get my face on the camera, here we are, ready to go. Google Educators Gyeonggi. I'm ready to give you a little bit of an idea and my thinking towards the Jambord app, and let's get started. First, you'll find it up here in the right hand corner under your waffle and all the different apps that are available. Scroll on down, and there you'll see your Jambord. Then after you get that all up and running, I have only a couple files that you can see. What I've made here is a pre-made example just to give you a couple ideas, and I really just want to cover this briefly, and instead of going through all of the details of all the tools within this, I want to cover a little bit about why. So the why is really important because what you can do is you can really set up your beginning of the class, you can do your middle of the class, or the summary, and at any point during the class you can use this Jamboard as a way to engage or re-engage the students into your learning and inspire them to do a little bit of looking into things. I actually will also jump to the idea that there's some live tips for sketchnoting, and this is exactly what could be done and how this could be used, especially if you have a tablet or you have a touch screen. It can be done. Right now I'm using a mouse and some of the ways that it can be done there because there's just many different options for the way to be able to learn and engage your students. But back to the beginning here. So you have your options of using a highlighter, or you can turn it over into a pen, different kinds of pens. You got your colors here. Then also you can erase whatever you need to. So if you made a mistake and you want to erase that up. Now it does take some time and hand-eye coordination, and depending on how much time you want to give those students, that's up to you. Let's go ahead and put that back on there. Yay! And eraser, you can choose some of the different things that you need to, if it's the select option, especially once you already have something that is down, you can select it, unselect, select again. And then when you are looking to make the notes, actually, you get your sticky note option, uploading an image, and if you want to use this as a laser highlighter, it'll kind of go away. So if you just want to bring attention to one part of the presentation for a brief while, you can do it that way. Your classic options up here in this menu: undo, redo. You can also zoom in and with your background. This would be very helpful if you want to do something that is going to encourage the students to work on their penmanship, and you actually have that tool available with a stylus. There's lots and lots of really cool, neat things about this. I'm going to cut this video a little bit short with the using the tools, but I do want to re-emphasize the fact that, and it was based off of Robert Gagne. Robert Gagne talked about these 9 critical events within a lesson, and during the beginning part, what you can get into is your anticipatory set, and you can also you want to get the attention of the students, right? So you get the attention. Maybe you are just spelling it out. For me as an English professor, ELT, I can use this to be able to say how you are spelling and get attention, and you work on the pronunciation. But I also want to inform about the objectives. Yes, the objectives. Very important. So as you get the beginning and set of the class, again, get the attention of the students and let them know exactly what's going to be learned. Once you get into the content and the presentation of the material and details, maybe that's where you go ahead and you start to talk about vocabulary and other examples of main idea, main purpose. So after you had said, after you said, this is what we're going to learn, now you're learning it, right? So your vocabulary and your main purpose. And one of the recommendations that I would make as for using Jambord is during this summary, conclusion, and feedback time. As a instructor, I can give feedback to the students, but I also can ask them to reflect on what it is that they've been doing. And one of the things that I learned, and one of the last options that I want to show you here, is how you can look at Sylvia Duckworth was sketchnoting person that had a webinar just recently, and she's a Google educator, certified in different ways, and I learned a lot from that session. Maybe you can use Jamboard to set up the different ideas of sketchnoting as well as to draw out the main ideas of your lessons. Take care, friends. Look forward to talking with you soon.